The CISSP exam is a big undertaking. Follow these 9 tips and your likelihood of passing the exam will greatly increase. I'm Christian Espinoza with Alpine Security. My aim with this video is to help prepare you to pass the CISSP exam. So the number 1 tip we have on the list is why. So it's important to understand, like, why do you want to pass the CISSP exam? Why do you want the CISSP certification? The reason it's important to know your why is because when you're faced with a difficult situation or a difficult topic, maybe like cryptography, instead of giving up, the why allows you to persevere and move on because you understand how it fits into your big picture. Some examples of the why could be you want to get CISSP certified to get a better job. You want to be able to better support your family. You want more respect from your peers, etc. So this is really the drive and the motivation for you to get the certification. The second thing we have listed here is beliefs. So it's important to write down any limiting beliefs you have and write down how you're going to overcome them. For instance, if you have a limiting belief that you're not a good test taker, right, go ahead and write that down, but then write down how you're going to overcome it. So I might write down, I'm not a good test taker, and then my strategy to overcome that is I'm going to take many practice tests until I become a good test taker. That way, your limiting belief just doesn't paralyze you. You have a method to overcome it that you've documented. The third thing is the big picture. By big picture, we mean the CISSP is not meant to make you an expert in any specific topic. It's very broad, not very deep, so you're not going to walk away like an expert in cryptography or secure software development or anything like that. The big picture is you are going to be exposed to a lot of stuff and you need to pass the exam. That's really it. You're not going to learn any particular topic in very much detail. You're just going to be exposed to it, learn it to the depth you need to pass the exam. Then when you get into your job, if your job requires you to learn more about a specific topic, you can certainly become an expert on that topic, such as physical security, social engineering, whatever, at that point in time. The fourth thing is strategy. So it's important to have a strategy, and by strategy I mean whenever you sign up for the test, and I recommend you certainly sign up for the test because if it's on the calendar, it will be a commitment. What I've found is people that don't sign up, they'll sign up when they're ready, never sign up. Sign up, put it on the calendar, and then work backwards, which is the strategy. So if you put the test on your calendar 4 months out, work backwards and figure out what you need to do to be ready for that exam. So if it's 4 months out, on month 3, what do you have to have done? Month 2, month 1, and then break that up into weeks. So in the first month, each week, what is your objective? And each day, what is your objective? And then each hour of the day, what is your objective? So you need to have a strategy or a plan. Otherwise, what'll happen is a month will go by, another month, you may have read the book one day, but then you closed it, and then you never went back to it, etc. So have a plan, a strategy, stick to it. The fifth thing on there is a boot camp. So a boot camp can be part of your strategy, but it's not necessary. A boot camp is really designed to be a refresher and to prepare you to take the exam. Even if you take a boot camp, you should prepare in advance. Before the boot camp, a lot of people show up to boot camp thinking that they're going to learn everything in 1 week and be able to go pass the exam the next day. That is possible with rare, it's possible for a few people, but it's not that probable. So even if you add a boot camp to your overall strategy, before the boot camp, start preparing. The boot camp can be like a fine tune-up, and then you can go take the exam. The sixth thing is practice exams. Take as many practice exams as you can. It's critical to take practice exams, especially if your limiting belief was you're not a good test taker. With the CISSP certification or any certification in cybersecurity, practice exams are extremely critical. I've got over 20 certifications, and the way I pass them all is by doing many practice exams. And then, as I go through the practice exams, if I miss a question, I go look up why I missed that question. It's a much better strategy than trying to read like the all-in-one book from cover to cover. That'll like drive you crazy. You can certainly read the book cover to cover, but most people don't have much success with that. Start off with practice exams, look up the answers, and then keep taking the exams until you get better and better and better. The other thing that practice exams give you is some experience of what kind of context that certain material is going to be presented to you in a form of a question or a form of a scenario. It will also give you experience eliminating distractors and experience figuring out what is the best answer out of like 4. So practice exams. Number 7 there is when you're ready, go ahead and take the exam. If you've already signed up 4 months out, you should be ready if you followed your plan by the 4 months. But the question really is, how do you measure you're ready, right? And that's why we have a question mark here, when you're ready. The real way to measure when you're ready is if you're taking practice exams and scoring like over 90% consistently, then you're probably ready. If you're taking practice exams and you're scoring like below 70% or even below 80%, I wouldn't consider yourself ready. You might still be able to pass, but the probability is less. Then simply go take the exam. At this point, hopefully you pass the exam because you followed the strategy, you followed all these steps here. But if for some reason you don't pass the exam, just remember your why. Like, why did I want to get certified? And go ahead and sign up again. Don't give up. Learn from your experience. Learn where you didn't follow the plan, and learn what areas you were weak in and strengthen those areas up. I wish you the best of luck on the CISSP exam. I'm sure you'll do awesome, especially if you follow these 9 tips. If you have any questions or comments, leave them beneath the video. Also, please subscribe to our channel and click on the little bell so you'll be notified when we have more content out there about cybersecurity tips, news, hacks, etc. Thanks. Have a great one.